Hong Kong International races are fast approaching, 4 really competitive Group 1 races, and we needed somebody to give us a little bit of insight into a betting strategy when it comes to Sunday. What better man than Clint Hutchison? And Hutchie, obviously it is a super interesting weekend. Let's talk through the Group 1s and kick things off with the sprint. HKIR Rising really is going to win. What are we doing behind?
Yeah, but it's interesting to see what does run in the minors. I don't think generally there's much between probably 2nd and 6th, but the inside barrier for Fast Network and James McDonald's a big plus. He sort of cleared out from the local rivals leading in, and I think he's the main danger, not the main danger, but the most likely, I think, to run second. Of course, the Tono Rev will have their admirers, which is never easy to sort of come over here and perform, but that horse can run well. Outside of that, look, I think Helios will be there or thereabouts, but a good long shot in that race might be lucky with you that you could sort of fill into your first fours or trifectas.
Let's move along to the Cup, and it's a similar situation, isn't it, with Romantic Warrior, where you've got a clear standout. Again, what are we doing behind?
Wow, this is a harder race to sort of try and etch out a little bit of a profit. I think that Bellagio Opera, obviously looks like the danger for the Queen, or maybe that's the option. This might have to be a cup of tea race, but even maybe the Forecaster Exacta. I don't really see any upsets. Maybe Gallon for a place, because it seems to be in overseas markets anyway, a little bit disrespected, so maybe that could be one that could run into the minor spot, maybe third.
And then we go to the Vase, where we've got really good international representation, and we've got a horse looking to go back-to-back in Giavolotto. Is that a realistic option? I
think it's a really good option, actually. Giavolotto, that win last year was quite incredible, I thought, to do what he did after effectively copying a check at the top of the straight, rally like he did. Andrea Etzeni went over to ride, of course, in the Arc, where Sosi finished ahead of him. But the key thing there was that it was obviously a wet track, so they get back onto good ground. I spoke to Andreas and he said the big plus for Giavolotto is that he likes a flat track. He gets exactly that at Sha Tin. I really like it when they have horses that are proven at Sha Tin, have come and travelled and done well. And we've had multiple runners in the Vase especially that have come back and performed. And I think that'll be the case. So he's the one to beat.
And then finally, the Mile, where we see good local representation. Voyage Bubble, of course, in the mix there. How do you assess this one?
The Mile's a great race. It's got a little bit of everything. I think the starting point certainly Hong Kong, and the starting point should be Voyage Bubble, who won last year. But it has been an unorthodox approach into the race this year. They obviously went down looking to run in the 2000. Romantic Warriors scared them off. Now they're back to a mile, which has got an incredible record. Don't worry about the wide barrier. He'll go forward, and Zach will offset that quite quickly. So he's certainly the starting point, Emily. And then outside of that, My Wish, I thought he had an excuse last start. He'll map brilliantly. He'll get a nice run back in behind. I think he's probably the second elect in the race. Galaxy Patch is really interesting. Of course, J Mac won on him in the lead up, and I don't think he was overly wrapped in the win, but he said it was a good one. It was a fantastic ride. But he's really pleased with the horse since that victory. So if he has genuinely improved, he could be a good chance. And I think if there is going to be an upset from outside, it'll be Soul Rush. Starting point would be Voyage Bubble, I think, and maybe put Soul Rush into some exotics as well.